We're all back with another edition of the O Show. We are presented by TickPick. You ever hear of TickPick, Don?
I've never heard of them.
TickPick. You ever hear of like StubHub, Ticketmaster?
Okay,
all those
yeah.
ticket sites? I feel
absolutely.
like you get hookups when you like go to events. And
I might
stuff,
have
so
to
you
use
have
them.
to. But TickPick, there's no hidden fees. So if you get a ticket, let's say you want to go to like a Post Malone concert, for example, ticket's $132. Legitimately $132. Where like if you go to a StubHub or a SeatGeek or a Ticketmaster, it'll be $132, but they'll add on like taxes and fees worth over like $58, $60, and then it's closer to $200 for the total amount. But you have no hidden fees with TickPick. So you got to use the app TickPick. Use the promo code OSHOW20 to get $20 off your order as well. See?
Send that to me, man. We might have to use TickPick for my next event.
I can hook you up. You got a lot of things going on though, man. Like we were just talking about it, like marketing, music background. Like what kind of like started all of it for you? Like, you're not born and raised in AZ, are you?
No, I'm actually from Peoria, Illinois. So
really,
what started it off for me, I would say, just doing parties, man. Like that's always been my thing. Like I have a lot of different outlets that I do, but it's always brung me back to doing parties. So that's how everything started.
Yeah. And that's like the best way to network too.
Yeah, it's a great way
as long as you're around
network.
All the right people.
Everyone loves to party, so yeah, that's my niche.
I saw my guy
Yeah,
Peter Meyerhoff.
that's my dog.
He was promoting one of your parties a few weeks ago. I'm like, I'm going to interview him in a few weeks, I think. So, yeah, and Mario Cannon,
Mario's my guy.
Mario's
we're actually
from
Peoria. Yeah, we're from the same place.
I was going to say, there's someone from Peoria. I'm like, yep, I think it's Mario.
Yeah, Mario. Yeah.
That's crazy, man. So what kind of, growing up, what was kind of like your goals? Like, what kind of kid were you? Were you introverted, outroverted, parties from the get-go? Like, what was the scenario for you?
I grew up very, very different than I am now. I used to be a lot more rough and in the streets, Now I'm more business savvy and professional. So I definitely had a full transition in my life. But out of high school, I just started to throw parties. It became an every weekend thing to a point where, me and the most popular guys in Peoria, we all just kind of came together and just threw parties at people's cribs. People would hit me up like, hey, Mills, can you throw a party at my house? Everyone calls me Mills in Illinois, by the way. In AZ, everyone calls me Don. But people would hit me up like, hey, throw a party at my house. So we'll have like a list of like 5 houses for Friday and go to one house, 150 people come. Next thing you know, the police come, shut it down. We go to the next house, and we would just, it was a lifestyle. I'm pretty sure everyone in Peoria can confess, though. Those were the party days.
What were like some of the more crazier stories that you had growing up? Because everybody has those party stories where like the cops come, someone drank way too much, someone gets pepper sprayed. I have a buddy who was like helping lift people up over like the concrete fence, and then just turns around, pepper sprayed, can't see for 2 days. Like, what were some of those more crazier stories that you can share?
Yeah, man, we have some pretty crazy ones. I would say around that time when that Project X movie came out, that's when everyone was trying to throw like a Project X party. And I ended up meeting this guy that I was working with at Caterpillar, older guy. He built his house. You have to like drive through a graveyard to even get to it and go down this long dirt road. And he has like a 10-bedroom cabin / mansion that he built. So he actually let me use it, So I threw a party called SDO, Summer Drinking Olympics. And when I say this was the biggest party Peoria has ever seen, we had about 1,000 people. We had party buses pulling up from Champaign, U of I, basketball players pulling up. It was so many people that knew about this event. Absolute Vodka was trying to sponsor. We had all of these different companies trying to sponsor. It got out of control. But it was literally like a Project X. We have footage of it and everything. It's actually on YouTube. We had a stage built, we had lights built. It was probably one of the biggest events that I threw. Not recently, but that I threw growing up, and that is what like started everything.
Man, so like that really like sets your soul on fire.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I love just doing events and giving people an experience. I love showing people a good time, and just I love when people just let go and just live life. So I'm all about more life for sure.
Any like negative moments from any of these parties that made you think maybe we should stop doing this?
There's always been negative moments. Wherever there's positive, there's negative. So There's certain things that happen. I would say, if anything, it just opened my eyes to how to move differently, and to how to level up. Whenever those negative things happens, it's just a sign. You got to change something up. Good times don't last forever. Good things don't last forever. So we're constantly evolving. Whenever you see those negative things going on, it's just time to move a little bit differently.
So your Mills in Peoria, you're Don here. What's your real name?
My real name is Matt Mills. Matthew Mills.
Okay.
Yeah. People just call me Don because of my Instagram, the Don Milliono. So I didn't have Matt Mills on my page for a while, so everyone just got into the habit of calling me Don. So I don't know. I just go by Don now.
It's not a bad name.
It's a little bit different.
It's like the Godfather.
Yeah. People be like us, the
hosting
Don,
all these parties too.
Yeah.
Don's in the back room.
It's cool, man. And with that, I got to handle myself as a Don. So
absolutely. So how do you go about because obviously big marketing, working for like multiple different brands, promoters, clients, if you will, just like people that you're collaborating with. When it comes to the parties, like how do you go about like finding sponsors? Because obviously like word's got to get around and it's got to be big enough to get sponsors. But like how do you even like go through that process for like a one-time event like that?
So one thing that I've always been good at is relationships. So I love to get in tune with people that are hungry like me. Which normally falls into me, meeting people that own businesses that need help. And I have a pretty good mouthpiece. Some say I have the gift of gab, So I love to meet people and offer them opportunities. So with me, when it comes to some of my events, I like to have my events bigger where sponsors make sense, And what I do with these sponsors is I make it worth it for them, I don't want them to just throw me a bunch of money or sponsor this event and them just be able to come. So every event that I do, I put together a sponsorship package that would come with, free entry. You get marketing. We're going to blow your business up on all of our platforms. You get certain things. You get great seating. A certain amount of people get in. I just try to make it worth it for all of my sponsors. So, we have Mike Kursky, the founder of ATL Wings. He sponsors a lot of events. City Vodka. Flames AZ, just a lot of businesses that I'm in tune with. I'll normally offer them the opportunity, and then a lot of businesses reach out as well.
Yeah.
So
starting out, how did you go about like bringing that certain value to some of these businesses when it came to the parties? Because it is very difficult, especially like starting out when you don't quite have like the buzz yet or the brand or the name and the reputation behind it. Like how did you go about providing the most value for these businesses? So
it mainly all started just with me leveling up. I'm a very resourceful guy, so I just try to use what I can, what I have. So for instance, with the AZT Awards, when we did the ACT Awards, there was a couple companies that automatically wanted to sponsor it because of the type of event it was and because of the traffic that we were getting. We were on 10 different podcasts. Yeah. Or it was crazy, just the marketing. So all of these businesses were shouting out on every podcast. So the more that I've been active, the more that we've, sponsors just tune in, So like I said, I just want to make it worth it for them however I can by utilizing my resources for them.
So when did you kind of get into the fashion side of things at the same time?
I feel like I've always been a fashionable guy.
Right. Well, it's always been a love, and then you finally put the pieces together.
Exactly. So, but everything, I would say the fashion part really started when I was out here. When I moved out here. I moved out here in 2017, and my first year of being here, I'm like, let me try to figure out Arizona. I feel like Arizona's behind on a lot of things. So I just kind of went around to different clubs, different places, and just to meet people, see who's popping. And I kind of figured out, how I could get into this industry. And it was through my love through fashion. I love to dress. I like to wear, in the fall, of course, I like to wear a lot of trench coats and extravagant stuff. I have designers that make stuff for me. So people always pointed out like, hey man, you got a certain style to you. So that kind of just grew my love for fashion. Like, okay, let me do something with it. I have my brand Milliono is gonna be dropping soon as well. That's where the name came from. But yeah, I've just always had the love for fashion, and I figured out the fashion scene is much needed out here. So I got together with a partner. We started doing fashion shows. Then next, you know, we're doing fashion shows, industry content shoots, you know, all of these different fashion events, you know. So everything happens for a reason.
I think it very much is much needed. I mean, look at me. Look at us. I literally saw that sweatshirt at Walmart the other day.
I like that.
So I know exactly where you found that.
Yeah,
much needed. I'm definitely gonna need some tips from you.
I got you
for certain events.
I got you. I like that flannel though.
I'm a big leather jacket guy too.
Okay, that's good to know. We'll have to get your sizes, and I'll have somebody make a custom piece for you.
Oh, that's gonna be
so you
amazing.
can wear it whenever you go out.
It's gonna be
nice.
I like the glasses too. Not too many people can rock sunglasses indoors.
These are actually prescriptions.
Oh, good. I was gonna say.
Yeah. So like, even if I take them off, I can see you, but I see better with these on.
Yeah. I literally 2 days ago, I was telling them yesterday, I was living with one eye contact for like 7 months. And then finally it was irritating me enough to where I took it out. So for about a week, I was just blind, like driving on the roads, getting to work, doing all my stuff. I'm like, this is like, I could see, but like it's all blurry.
7 months?
Yeah. And then finally got a chance to go to the eye doctor. I just couldn't figure out a time to get an appointment. And I finally carved out like 15 minutes just to go pick up my prescription. I just feel like a brand new man.
Do you
Honestly,
know
like I feel so good right now with two brand new contacts in.
I need to get contacts.
Yeah,
because I have just a bunch of glasses.
Glasses are good though. Yeah. I was a big rec specs guy growing up, playing like baseball and sports.
Okay.
But they didn't look good. They didn't look stylish. They didn't look cool. So I had to go with the contacts eventually.
Yeah.
But like that's really cool that like you're able to implement like the styles and like the loves that you had like throughout your life that you didn't really like think. Like there's certain things in life I feel like people go through like, oh, I really love that, but you never really thought to make a business out of it.
Yeah.
You know, some people don't get there, and then some people do get there and it just doesn't pan out. But like you're a really good relationship builder. You're really good at not even just like relationships, like just building friendships with the right people that want to see it grow.
Yeah, that's what I love to do. I love meeting people that are like-minded, that are creative. Like my boy Mike, you know, those are the type of people that we can hit it off and we can come together with our great minds and come up with some great things to do. Yeah. You know, just all different types of events. But I've always been in that creative mindset to build and to do more. You know, we get one life. We got to be great, man. We got to do whatever we can to just reach our potential. So,
is there like any specific people that you'd want to work with?
Out here in Arizona?
On, like, specific projects, but
in Arizona?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a couple of people. I would love to work more with Justice from the Hip Hop Festival. I would love to get in tune with Phoenix Fashion Week. Brian Hill, I would love to work more with him, try to figure out something that we can do. There's a lot of people out here that are doing certain things. Icon, I want to work more with them with bringing artists. I have certain connections to different artists. We'll bring artists out here. Have like a huge artist list. So I definitely want to do more concerts as well. So that's something that we'll probably end up doing. We're actually doing a huge Super Bowl party this year. What's crazy is the Super Bowl is on my birthday. So I have a friend, Sam Zeaton. He's like business partners with 50 Cent. He has a 10,000 square foot mansion, and he said that we can throw a party at his crib.
Really?
So yeah, we're gonna be throwing a huge mansion party.
Pays to know the right people, man.
Yes.
That's huge. Like literally, is it Super Bowl week, day of the Super Bowl?
It's the day of the Super Bowl.
That's gonna be a fun birthday.
February 12th. Yeah. So we're looking forward to it. Of course, all the stars are gonna be out here. So we're gonna spice it up. Probably get a bunch of our models to host. Me and Mike actually own a modeling agency called Viral Agents. So we do a lot of work with. We worked with Maluma, Wiz Khalifa, just a lot of different artists. Jeremiah. So that's another outlet. Hopefully we can get some of these artists to come to the party.
At least for a few minutes for like a cameo.
Yeah.
I mean, why not? We're going to have the Open, the Waste Management Open, and Super Bowl week all mixed up. Like Radio Row is going to be here all week for the Super Bowl too. Like it's going to be an extravaganza.
It's going to be crazy.
It's going to be nuts. I'm very excited to see what you're gonna wear to those parties too. I feel like you're gonna go all out. Like that's a big weekend. It's your birthday, Super Bowl, Open, probably the biggest weekend Arizona's ever gonna have.
One of the biggest weekends for me, for sure. So yeah, I have to start thinking of my outfit right now. Actually,
how do you go about dealing with certain, like you mentioned, like some big names like that, like Wiz Khalifa and just all these people that you've been able to work with? How many of them, without like name dropping, have like, like there's some that are awesome, that have the reputation for being awesome, and they're awesome, and there's other people that just like, for whatever reason, from a creative standpoint, it just like doesn't work out and just kind of like leaves a bad taste in your mouth. Like how much of that is involved, and how much of that do you kind of have to like get over in the business?
I like to rock with people from a certain distance to start. Even celebrities. I'm not the one to just be all up in their face,
No.
So there's been certain celebrities I was like, I just don't like your energy, So I'm not gonna go up and to approach them. I don't ask for pictures either. Like, I feel like we all come from a professional background where we can just be around each other and not have to feel like you have to watch your back around this person, or is this person, So, I've definitely felt in some celebrities that their energy has been off. It could be for a multiple amount of reasons. Maybe they don't feel comfortable in the environment, whatever. But it hasn't been too many experiences like that, to be honest. Because we always go into our situation or the position, just knowing our place and just doing our job of what we're supposed to do. So I just go in there, do the job, and it's over. I don't even really speak too much to these people that we're working with.
Yeah. Oh, really? Like it's not even like.
It's just like a professional thing. Like for Maluma, Maluma's actually really dope. He's a great artist, but we were on set with him for 12 hours. It was literally an all day set, and I didn't say. Well, no, I did say a few things to him, and he was pretty cool. It was about his dog. He has a really cool dog, but I was mainly speaking with everyone around him, like Quincy, Diddy's son. He was there. Sweetie was there. So I had like a whole conversation with Quincy. Kim Kardashian's ex Rob was there. We had a conversation. He's a little bit, he's one of those artists.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, I just go in there and just be me, Yeah.
Yeah, because you're gonna attract the people that are
exactly
you're supposed to work with anyways at the end of the day, right? The relationships that you're meant to build.
Exactly.
Because like as much as like the foundation is you and the work that you've put in, like you can't do it alone. But you have to be yourself at the same time, or else it's just not gonna flow in the long run.
That's very true.
It gets exhausting playing a character you're not supposed to be, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So I just go in and just being me, And if they rock with my energy, then they do. I feel like my energy is good. So
It's all right.
It's all right.
It's all right.
Positive. I like to stay positive. I'll say that.
Oh yeah. And how many, like, who would you say is like the most positive, influential person that you've gotten the chance to collaborate with, whether it be at like a party, from the fashion standpoint, from the music standpoint, like just anybody that you've worked with that you thought like, wow, like we really meshed well and they're an awesome person?
When you say that, there's only one person that really stands out, and she's not even really in the industry like that, but her name is Rain, and she just has an energy that's like people are just attracted to, like energy that people strive to have. She's just always smiling. She can vibe with anybody. She lives in Dallas. She's a really good friend of mine, and she's just always there to help people out. Her Instagram is Sincerely Rain. She has great energy. So whenever you guys get a chance, definitely check out her page. She's a dope person.
It's like one of those things. It's like you got to check out Rain, and then 20 years from now, it's like the biggest thing in the world.
It's gonna blow up. She's gonna,
Like that's probably the coolest part about this, and I hope to experience this like 25 years down the road, is to look back at everything and just seeing all the people I built relationships with and think like, wow, like everybody grew so much. Like I remember when so-and-so was just like starting out, and now they're like the biggest thing in the world.
Wow.
Like, have you ever had any of those experiences yet? Looking at people like, I remember when we were teenagers, and now look at us now.
Absolutely. Yeah. There's a couple people from Peoria, like even Mario. Like I would have never known Mario would have been this big, but he has tenacity. He's hungry for whatever whatever just sparks his soul. So, you know, I appreciate people like that for sure.
yeah.
Are you from Arizona?
Not even close.
Where you
New
from?
Jersey.
New Jersey.
The Garden State.
What brought you to Arizona?
The weather. Honestly, it was the weather. But then as soon as I got here, I'm like, I'm a big baseball fan. I'm like, oh, the Cactus League is out here for spring training. Like, there's a lot going on. There's a lot of events. A lot of cool people live in this area.
It does.
You know? We're like in New Jersey, everybody's just kind of like hiding. Even in Manhattan, you don't see a lot of people out and about. Everybody's just kind of like tucked away doing their own thing.
That's true.
But out here, like, there's a lot happening.
Yeah.
You just got to find it.
And there's always people here. Like, I ran into a lot of like NBA players in Old Town just being out there. Like, what are you doing here, Anthony Davis? Like, just casually just kicking it on the sidewalk. You know?
Yep. I think there was one day at Fashion Square, I was just walking around with one of my video guys, and I saw like Christian Yelich of the Brewers, Cody Bellinger of the Dodgers, David Spade was like in the Gucci line with some chick. I'm like, oh my God, like I've been watching these guys on TV since I was a kid.
It's crazy. Arizona's coming up. I feel like it's the next state, like California, New York, Atlanta. I feel like Arizona is going to be the next place to be. Celebrities are already talking about it. Artists are putting it in their songs. We have they're building a huge like Disneyland in Casa Grande.
Yeah.
Of course, we got the Super Bowl. You know, we got the Jake Paul and Silva fight coming October 29th. Like, there's so many activities and things that are coming to Arizona. It's just gonna go up and up.
Are you guys going to try and go to that fight?
I wish. I'm gonna be in Illinois.
Are you? Going back?
I know. Yeah,
Like every Jake Paul fight at this point is like a must-see event.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of stars here for that as well. It's gonna be a good fight, man. Silva's a monster, you know, but they're not like he can't kick and stuff. That's his thing.
Anderson Silva's like his feet are his that's his killer, and he can't use it. Like that's what like Tyron Woodley, like he thought like there's no way Jake Paul survives. In the first fight, you could have argued whether or not he won in the end, and then it was so decisive. Just probably the most crisp and pure knockout punch you'll ever see from a U2 boxer too. Yeah, like, that was like his defining moment.
I don't know. I don't know that was real, to be honest.
You don't think?
Nah. I think they're.
It's funny how that
I think it's about money. You know?
Absolutely.
So
everything's
all about money, and they're trying to hype Jake Paul up because he can make money. Mm-hmm. So they're giving him these fights of people that are retired, people that are done, and I believe Jake Paul is gonna knock out Silva because it's a hype thing.
Well, it's one of those weird situations where, like, the second Jake Paul loses, it's over, I think.
It's over.
I don't think
he can't promote anything.
Back.
Yeah.
Like, he's never lost, and nobody gave him a shot because he's Jake and Logan Paul. Ever since they started their YouTube stuff, they've been rubbed the wrong way.
Exactly.
So when they got into the boxing, now Logan Paul, like, he had a WWE match against The Miz, I think, at SummerSlam, was incredible. Like, for, like, an acrobat-type sport that professional wrestling is, Logan Paul fit in like it was nothing. Like, I could have watched that and been like, I don't even know who that is, but like, he's a great professional wrestler.
Interesting.
Yeah. And then his fight against Floyd Mayweather too, obviously. It's a classic Floyd fight where like you think he has a chance, and then at the last moment they're like, nope, Floyd wins by decision.
He definitely surprised me about that.
Yeah.
Logan definitely surprised me.
But you can argue that was all fixed too to make it look really good.
Yeah.
Because of course Floyd's gonna win, but you also got to make Logan look good to continue. Like, they worked out something, you know.
They had to, and I believe Silva and Jake Paul worked out something.
Yeah.
Just like T. Woodley and Jake Paul worked out something. Like, you'll probably make more money if you lose instead of you winning.
Mm-hmm. I wonder what his like big fight, like career-changing fight's going to be, because Woodley was big. Anderson Silva's a future UFC Hall of Famer, if he isn't already.
Yeah, he is,
like
for sure.
Someone like a McGregor to step into the boxing ring with.
I would love to see Jake Paul and Conor
that would be
McGregor.
The one where it's like, who's actually going to win? I don't think Conor would take like $1 million to lose.
No, he's not. He already lost enough. He's not going to take any more money to lose. But I would love to see me and Jake Paul fight, to be honest.
Why is this?
I mean, I feel like I can compete with Jake Paul. So this is maybe me calling Jake Paul out. Jake Paul, stop being a pussy. Fight me.
Have you done any training? Like, do Do you have any sort of background in
Yeah, I used to box.
boxing? Really?
I used to box. Yeah, my uncle is Francis Sargent. He has a gym. He's a professional boxer. William Jose. He actually fought Tyson. That's his brother, my other uncle. So like growing up, like they had a boxing gym in Peoria, and like we would just go there. Like I boxed until I was like 12. And then I got into like sports and football and stuff like that. But I learned like foundation, you know, how to put my hands up, how to fight. And like I told you earlier, you know, I came from like, I was in the streets for a while, you know, got into some trouble, and I was a scrapper. We would fight all the time. So I feel like I can compete. I'm not maybe in shape. It'll probably take me a couple months to get in shape. But you know, I compete for sure.
Cardio, stamina, that's all got to be up.
Yeah, I'm not scared too. I'm not scared, you know.
So like you being scrappy, having grit from the get go, per se. Like, were you just fighting to fight? Because I know there's a lot of kids growing up that just fight to fight. But like obviously like, in the area, like what kind of sparked some of those mentalities for you?
It was really growing up. It was just about gangbanging, you know. Yeah. Repping your side. I'm from the East Bluff, you know, so like me growing up in the East Bluff.
Sorry guys, this battery just died and I just need to reset the camera.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah. So just remember the question where you're at right now.
Okay. That was a good question.
You remember the question? Yeah.
Yeah. Like what sparked, you know, like me being scrappy. Yeah. You asked some good questions. I love it.
I appreciate it.
Cool.
Sometimes I just kind of like go on the flow and hope something sticks. I'm just gonna keep throwing stuff at the wall.
Yeah. So as far as you know, just me scrapping, it was always about just like growing up. It was about what side of town you're on. So I'm from the East Bluff, and like growing up, you know, the East Bluff was beefing with the South End, or the South End was beefing with the Ville. Ville was beefing with the West Bluff. You know, I got into some bad relationships with people, just because of my area that I grew up in. You know, we would go outside to hoop, and people would just come up, you know, and I would meet them, and we'll just kind of hit it off because we smoke weed together, whatever. I definitely been in the wrong circles growing up, so that's what, you know, I guess added to my roughness. I've been shot before. I got a bullet hole in my arm, you know, just going through certain things. But yeah, that's not me anymore. That's definitely not me whatsoever. You know, I've made a complete change in my life. You know, I'm a professional. That's what I am now. So
how do you, from a mentality standpoint, get over things like that? Because some of those experiences would set a lot of people off, like have like a lifetime worth of like bitterness and anger. Like anything could like set them off like that. Like I've had conversations with people like this in the past, like where some people, their mindset takes them down one avenue where like they can't let go of stuff like that, and other people completely let it go and like they're not even that person anymore. So like how do you how do you untouch from that?
It's just all about my experiences. Like, you know, I've felt like I've experienced a lot. I felt lost. Like even when I moved out here, like I was at the bottom before I came up, you know. So, you know, just my life experiences and me, you know, feeling that humility and me being humbled enough, it definitely changed my mentality. You know, me having the script flipped, you know, me being on the other side of things, it made me look at, you know, certain things differently. So, you know, I would definitely say I've been humbled in life. I felt my humility. I've definitely changed in that aspect of my mindset. There are certain things that might be able to like set me off. Like somebody threatens to kill my family or something. Oh man, we going to war. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Naturally. But like you know, it's hard for me to even get to that point. You know, it'll really take somebody really trying to threaten me or my family for me to even snap back into that point. I love people too much. You know, I love humans. I love, you know, I can appreciate, you know, people's life because everyone has a different walk of life, you know, so, you know, it's got to be open-minded.
Yeah. And that kind of like goes back to now being like in the thick of things with building businesses and building those relationships. Like you're going to run into people every now and then where you don't see eye to eye on things creatively. Yeah. So like I was interested to see like if any of that stuff ever like came up for you, because it's tough going like day after day after day, just go, 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 without feeling some sort of like fatigue and frustration and depression and anxiety, like everything in between. So like how have you gone about that? Like what are some of your certain like techniques, regimens that you do to kind of like keep a steady flow, steady pace with everything that you're doing? 'Cause it's hard.
Yeah, I would say I don't really have a routine. So one thing that really helps me is I love my space. I love just being able to be in a place where I can think. That normally just helps everything. Maybe smoke a little weed here and there.
Yeah.
I like to play chess. Chess definitely like levels me. But I've definitely ran into positions where the client wants a certain thing a certain way, and I have a different vision for it. But that's the client. If they want it a certain way and they're gonna get it their way, I would have to just go abide of what they want it, how they want it. But there's definitely certain practices that I've learned just in my lane of what I do, that kind of helps me out. And it's just really me just having space and, getting into my creative mindset,
Mm-hmm. Are you to go back to how we started, like extroverted, introverted, like, because I feel like in order to be a creative person, you have to spend a lot of time by yourself in order to get those creative juices to flow, and also collaborate with other people. But like if you're around people all the time, like you can get exhausted pretty quickly.
Absolutely. Just like my friend Mike said in his recent podcast, sometimes it's cool to just disappear. You got to just disappear. I had put a post up not too long ago, and it said, sometimes as creatives, we have to take some time off. It could be 3 months, however long. But when we come back, we're 1,000 times, ready to go more than we were. Like we're on point. So I feel like it's very important for creatives that are, especially people that are surrounded around so many people. You can't give off too much energy. You're surrounded around these people. You're giving them too much of your energy. You gotta just take the time and just relax and kind of just build that energy back up. Because you being around too many people, it's just gonna take away from your creative side. I've been there. I've been in that position before.
How often do you walk away from some of these parties feeling energy? Like obviously, like if it hits, like that'll energize you more than anything. Like you have that adrenaline, like this really hit, and we're gonna move on to the next project, the next thing that we're gonna be promoting. But then there's just being around like a ton of people by the end of the night, you're also just like exhausted, and you just like want people to leave.
Yeah, there's always people that like are asking, "What's next? What are we doing after this?" Like, man, I did this party from 5 to 8. That's all that I was planning on doing. I'm ready to go home. Like, people don't understand how much work or energy you give putting into an event, And then even at that event, you're worried about this. You're getting pulled here. So like, I don't even really, after my events, I like to go home and rest and chill and think about how that event went. Think about what I need to do next. Like after the award show, bro, that's when I took a 3-month break. After the award show, I didn't do any events for like 3 months because it was just so much. And I had to just digest how everything went, how I rubbed people the right way, how I rubbed people the wrong way, the relationships that I've built, the relationships that, are potentially broken because they feel like they didn't win. I had to really think about that, and think about, is it worth it again to do another award show? Mm-hmm. So these are the thoughts that cross my mind, other than just the event itself. I'm thinking about everything on the back end. Is it really good for the city? How is it affecting the city? So I felt like it was good, and definitely inspired a lot of people. Although I kind of did fall off with some people because they didn't win. But
they took that like in a sour way.
Yeah. People really felt different about them not winning or them not being nominated. And that was the first award show that we did.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I really had a negative effect on me after the award show. Although it was a great event, positive event, I felt a little down I'm not gonna lie, because I feel like a lot of people changed up on me.
Yeah, it's tough. But also, like, it's a really cool thing to bring to the city of Phoenix. Like, I remember watching I know Matty Ice won, and I watched him with his acceptance speech, and I'm like, this is, like, a really cool event. Like, for people to kind of drop off after that, in your life, based on just, like, their own, like, man, I should have been nominated for this, or, like, man, I really felt like I really put in the work to win this. Like, it's just an award show at the end of the day. Like, it's cool to really, like, show off and show your appreciation for the work that people are putting in. But, like, if you're, like, a creator, the love should be in the creating.
Yeah.
As cool as, like, winning an award is and being appreciated and, like, seeing all that admiration from people. Like, that's not, like, that's not why you do it.
Yeah.
I
did it just so I can be able to showcase all of these people that are really putting in work and working hard out here. Like, that's how my whole platform is built. That's how my whole platform is built around Arizona. You can go to arizonatrending.com right now, and this is one of our companies that we're going to be introducing soon. And so the link is already up, but it's Arizona Trending. So that's where the Arizona Trending Awards came from. But on Arizona Trending, you can find out trending people, trending places, trending things to do. We're working on getting everyone's podcast up there. We're working on putting a part where people can publish their own events. They can publish their own business. We can offer marketing packages for companies that need marketing. But it's really going to be a platform to showcase what's happening in Arizona. What's cool about arizonatrending.com is you can also request to speak to our culture guide. So say someone's going to be out here for a bachelor party or here for the weekend. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to build them an itinerary for every day they're out here, just depending on the businesses that are published. So, like, for instance, Lolo's is published, Top Golf. You'll go to breakfast at Lolo's when you first get here, Top Golf. If you want to do a nightclub, we'll have a comp bottle for you here. We'll have transportation for you here, a stay for you here. We have luxury cars. People can rent luxury cars on our website. They can find the places to stay. We're working on getting Airbnbs on there. We're about to sign a big contract with the Gila River Resort where they're going to be featured on the website. People can book luxury stays from there. So there's so much stuff going on, but this is where my creative juices like come in, and my relationships come in, and my Rolodex and everything that I have to offer, I'm putting on arizonatrending.com. So this is kind of the outlet that I have.
How long did it take you to put together the award show?
Believe it or not, we did that award show. The idea, my boy Terrence with Arizona Baddies hit me up, and there was like a smaller award show that was out here. He said, "Hey man, Arizona Trend needs to do an award show. You guys showcase people all the time, showcase people through award shows." I was like, that's not a bad idea. Well, we had our fashion show coming up in January. So I was like, well, let's just incorporate the fashion show with an award show. It would be dope. So within 3 months, we got all the marketing material, posted it, blew it up, and it came about within 3 months. That was just a plan for 3 months. Crazy.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Because it was a really successful event too, and had like a lot, obviously, like afterwards, like a lot of buzz.
Yeah.
Whether it be good or bad for you,
Both. Yeah, for sure.
Which is what you want at the end of the day.
I mean, anything that's great is gonna have both negative and positive reactions.
Exactly.
Of course, people have their different opinions. They feel some certain type of way. A lot of people didn't want that to happen. I don't know why. I just feel like that's what Arizona needs. You got Hollywood Unlocked. They're doing fashion shows and they're doing award shows in Hollywood. Why not? Why would you not want to have something of this aspect in your city? This is just gonna grow your city. We had Rick Ross come. He shot his Netflix documentary there. We had an artist signed to French Montana there. We had so many different influencers and celebrities in the building. Why not keep that going and just add this type of event to Arizona? It's gonna make Arizona go up even more.
It's so refreshing to hear stuff like this too. Like, there's so many cool people creating a lot of cool stuff in this area. It's really why I love Phoenix too. Because everybody helps each other out. Like, everybody's like really like excited for each other and what they're doing.
I love it.
I feel like for the most part, like talk about like Mario or Peter or any of these other guys that I've gotten the chance to meet over the past couple of years, like everybody's willing to help each other out, but everybody knows like it's within them, like it's up to them in order to build their own brands. Nobody's really asking for handouts. Nobody's like taking advantage of each other.
Yeah,
which you can see from a mile away sometimes.
That's true.
And you've probably seen it working with people like, okay, like they're not really like a true like they're not going to be like a part of the circle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've definitely seen that. I've definitely seen the power of collaboration with that as well. You know, if you're really passionate about what you do, you know, it's always good to collaborate with people that are passionate in their field. You know, you never know what you could create. You know, like for instance, me and you, if we collab, we can do an event together and have you do a podcast at the event, which is going to add just the media aspect and more entertainment. You know, I like all of my events to be entertained. I want people to come and be entertained and, you know, be able to go here. Oh, that's cool over there. Look over there. Oh, wow, they're doing that over there. Wow. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to get, people have short attention span. So you want to add as much as you can to these events just to keep people entertained.
Yeah, man. And that's probably the extent that you'll get out of me. An interview or two. I can't sing. I can do a little bit of stand-up comedy. I'll show you
I can
some of my
tell.
clips.
I can tell. You're definitely pretty funny.
I got the chops for it. I'm still figuring some stuff out. I can probably give you 5 minutes. I could probably hook you up with actual funny comedians.
What about hosting?
Hosting, I love hosting.
Yeah, see, we could have you host an event.
I hope I'm like the next Ryan Seacrest. I feel like for someone who's as famous as Ryan Seacrest is, like, I look at him on TV and I'm like, I could do that. Like, he just introduces people. He has, like, they give him what he's supposed to talk about. He's read it, promote the sponsors, promote the partnerships.
Might have to shave your mustache, though.
I hope not. Just wait. I'll figure it out. You'll hook me up with a leather jacket. We'll get like some glasses. I'll have the handlebar, slick back hair. It'll look nice.
Okay.
It's gonna look solid. You'll see.
We
when
gonna
it all
make
comes
it work.
together.
Yeah. We'll make it work.
Right. I love the jumpsuit, by the way. Get over here for a second, just so that the people could see it on camera.
This right here is my business partner, man. The life of Mike. That boy lit. That boy's lit for sure.
This right here is a company that not too many people know about, so I'm going to keep it exclusive.
I don't think I've ever pulled. There was one day I was at Walmart a few weeks ago. I just saw like it was like a light blue, because I got like baby blue eyes, so I always try to wear as much blue as possible because everybody's like, oh, wow, you know? And I saw a light blue jacket, light blue sweatpants. I'm like, I've never done the jumpsuit thing before.
Did you get it?
I did.
Oh, that would be tight, man. See, yeah, we need you to wear that. I feel like fashion is just an expression, you know?
Yeah.
Like you have to be able to express yourself through fashion. And people look at fashion and how you dress, and they will automatically judge you. Like some people, you know, they'll look at you differently. And it could be a good thing and a bad thing. For instance, Bill Gates, billionaire, he'll just wear the most regular clothes ever. You know, that's him being undercover. You know, but it's just an expression of like how you dress, what you wear, how you wear your hair, how you wear your mustache.
Yeah.
It's an expression of you.
And like if you actually know the person, you go, oh, it matches well with their personality. Mm-hmm. Like that's their style, that's their foundation. Like I've been wearing leather jackets since I was in high school, and everybody's like, what are you, from like 1985?
You have a motorcycle?
Jackets? I want a motorcycle. So like that's always been a bucket list thing for me. So one day when I make it big, just get my license and just travel up the coast of California, just up in the mountains somewhere.
Okay. So you said one day when you make it big, what do you think making it big is like? How do you think you're going to get there?
How do I think I'm going to get there? Not only grinding, building relationships, but actually building solid things that are going to add value to people's lives. Because I'm only 23, but I've already experienced working in sports media, entertainment media. I've done solar, which is huge, which is very difficult for people that do door-to-door solar sales. I've worked in insurance, tech, for like tech companies, just in sales, because sales, if anything else, that's where you're going to make some good money to start out, to finance that. But at the end of the day, financial freedom for, you know, there's some people out there that look like money isn't everything. It's like, but the more money you have, the more opportunities that you can afford yourself and other people around you that deserve those opportunities, and put them on that pedestal and that platform for people to like showcase their actual talents. and I feel like that provides the most value for people at the end of the day. If you're going to be having events like at Gila River, like things like that, like you're not bringing in people unless you're providing a certain authentic value. Right?
Yeah.
And not just for you, but
No,
for
it's very
everyone
true.
you're surrounding yourself with. So,
Yeah.
and again, I'm still young and still like not 100% there how I'm going to put those pieces together. I want to grow this show to the point where I can do whatever I want. I want to be a play-by-play voice for a Major League Baseball team. I think that was always my first ever passion. That's something I want to pursue. I want to direct feature and short films. I want to do all of this stuff. And obviously, it's all got to make sense, right?
Yeah.
Because I have like all these creative juices flowing and all these ideas, but without certain resources, like you gotta figure it out. But like I said before, it's all up to you.
Yeah, it's definitely all
figure
up
it
to you. The fact that you're 23, like I would have never guessed because of just how you handle yourself and how you talk, But yeah, man, you got it, man. You got it.
Some
Best of
people
luck to
think I'm
you.
like 45.
Nah, I would say at least 28. At least 28.
Someone guessed 32 yesterday. I was like,
Yeah, I'll
Just
be
flip those
32 in
around.
February. I'm 31, so
see, that's not old though.
Yeah.
30 is the new 20.
I feel like I'm in my prime.
Yeah.
I bought a house, bought a nice car. Like I'm in my prime right now, So
Age is just a
sky's the
number.
limit. Yeah.
There's some people I know like in their 50s are just like, yeah, I remember like back in high school was my heyday. It's like, no, like keep going. Figure
Yeah,
out something you're excited
exactly.
about. Get in shape. I feel like fitness is like really, really important to get your
Very
mind right.
important.
Like if you work out consistently and like really see results and like really push through like really hard and constraining things, you realize like, oh my God, like this feels way better than just sitting on the couch and going
That's
through
true.
life and like the comfort level and the comfort zone.
People kind of and the fact that people don't really even look at like fitness and health and what you eat, what you put in your body, it's all energy. If you're eating like me, like I'm a pescatarian. I don't eat meat. I'll eat fish every once in a while, but I want to get into more of a vegan lifestyle and organic.
What's the
things.
difference between pescatarian and
So
vegetarian?
pescatarian is you only eat fish.
Okay.
Vegetarian is you don't eat any meat, and then vegan is you don't eat anything with dairy, no meat. So I kind of want to get into that because I've been just reading about like a lot of stuff, seeing a lot of videos, and just like what we put in our body. Like a lot of this stuff is like really bad for you. People don't even know, that how the effect it is. You're eating eggs that come from a chicken that's been stressed out. You're eating that egg. You're eating energy that's that's stressed out. It comes from a bad place. So that's my wave right now. It's just eating the right things and working out. I'm 31, so I can't allow myself to fall off.
And they like go hand in hand too.
Yeah.
Nutrition is 50% of it.
Yeah.
Fitness, like working out's the other half of it. Like you can't work out and then eat McDonald's every day and expect to
I
feel
don't even
good.
eat fast food like that. If I do, I love fries. I'll just get some fries.
Yeah. Oh, every now and then. I went to
Yeah.
McDonald's yesterday. I mean, are you
Yeah.
kidding me? I'm like, I'm starving. Like, there's some days where I wake up, I'm like, I've already had 3 meals, but I'm still hungry. So I'm like, you know
Okay.
what? I'll get a Big Mac. I'll get 2 quarter pounders. I'll get some large fries. It's crazy.
All of that? You order all of that in one order?
Correct. Yeah.
And eat all of it?
It's crazy. Around 5,000, 6,000. So growing up, I always had like the fast metabolism. Still, obviously, do. But I'm like, how am I going to gain weight? Like I'm eating all this food, and so I just continued. And I'm at a point where I'm hungry every like 90 minutes. I'm like, all right, what's the next meal? It's just ingrained into my brain.
Calorie intake, if you want to gain weight, it's all numbers.
Yep. Macros, water intake, I know. Yeah, I've looked into all of it. We're figuring it out day by day, brick by brick.
That's good.
Maybe
though,
like
man.
9 months from now, I'll have 20 more pounds on me. I look at Peter Meyerhoff. I'm like, I don't know
Yeah.
how you did it, man.
Yeah, definitely. He be in the gym.
Yeah.
He just hit me up now, man. I got to hop in the gym session with him. Possible Pat too. That you asked me a question of who I want to work with. I want to work more with Possible Pat as well.
Really?
Yeah. So Possible
That'd be
Pat,
cool.
he used to be a big guy. He was on the Ellen show and everything because he lost so much weight. He became like this, like 6'9".
Oh, wow.
Just huge guy. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. So he owns True Nightclub, Plush, Track Gym. He owns a lot of different businesses, but he's a very inspirational dude. So that's somebody that I would probably want to collab with.
Man, who's like a dream guy that you'd want to collab with? Like, I'm trying to think, like, even from like a fashion standpoint too.
Steve Harvey for sure.
Really?
Steve,
Like, you already have ideas of like ways you could.
I want Steve Harvey to host the award shows this year.
That would be really cool.
Yeah, so that would be like the game changer. I've been watching Steve Harvey for the longest. I love just his energy, how he acts, his comedy. You know, so Steve Harvey is definitely somebody I would want to collab with. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Very very motivational. I feel like just being around Steve Harvey, I would learn a lot. You know, I would be his protege for sure. You know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So
Just
You put your hats on.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I got my Don. So everyone knows me as, you know, the bucket hats
Yeah.
brim. So I'm coming out with my own line called Don Milliono. They're gonna be custom hats. Some are gonna have jewelry on them. Everyone's gonna be different. So, I'm gonna be coming out with that soon.
is that what they're called, bucket hats? Because I've always tried to look up those hats
No,
on
they're called
Google. I'm like,
fedoras.
are they like fedoras, rocker
Fedoras.
hats, bucket? I'm like, so fedoras.
Yeah, I've just been calling them bucket hats for the longest. But yeah, they're like fedora hats.
Those are like the nicest, probably the nicest hat that I've never been able to pull off yet.
I think you could.
That mustache for sure.
You definitely could. I actually have
I
a
think it
hat
would look
for you.
ridiculous.
Jacket. Nah.
Really?
Sunglasses, leather jacket, and one of them hats you got.
I'm gonna have to let you guys work on that for me.
Yeah.
Buy it from like one of the top tier hat stores.
I would say pull up to the crib. I have a hat that would fit you perfectly. It has like a skull on it with the feathers, like
skulls.
really long. Like it will fit you perfect. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, we're gonna have to talk about that.
Your next event,
always-
I'm styling you. All right.
That would be incredible, man. That's always like the one hat I see like Axl Rose pulling it off. I'm like, oh my god! Like if I could pull that off and just like daily
can.
life too.
You can, man.
Walk
And
into the podcast studio or
Yeah.
something like that.
I got you. Just let me know whenever you're ready. I'm gonna style you for free. Like, just let me do my thing.
You're too kind.
I got you.
You're too kind.
I-
It'll be
I
the
do
only
like the
free
flannel,
one
though.
though.
You said
The
what?
yeah, this is another Walmart buy. I think these are all Walmart clothes.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that online.
Well, I'm saying it on
I'm just
camera.
playing.
Yeah. That's where I'm at. These
No,
are,
it's
these
all
are the
good,
humble
man.
beginnings.
It's all good, man. Like, yeah, you definitely. That's good though, bro. Like, I love the fact that you're just genuine. You know that you're being yourself. So the fact that you can say that.
Oh yeah.
No, but the flannel's nice. I would literally go to Walmart to buy that.
Get them on camera, man. You got
Put my
those
feet
J's
on the
Yeah.
table here.
Ah, okay.
Fours.
Oh.
Okay. I see you. So this is you should also shop flames. So this is where I kind of got this outfit. Got the Lanvin, the gallery hat, and then the Balenciagas.
Oh my god.
So you wanna get some good gear, shop flames, Tempe, Arizona. They have all of the high end fashion stuff, and it's for great prices. So you should probably go there and check them out as
We're
well.
plugging everything here.
Yeah.
Do you like, talking about obviously just like parties and events and award shows and fashion, like anything else that you want to dabble in? Because I feel like the more stuff you dabble in, the more experiences you have, the more knowledge you have, the more fun you're gonna have. Like anything like in film. I know Mario's
Yeah.
like doing a lot of stuff in the film industry too, like wanting to put together not just music videos but actual like feature and short films too.
Yeah, so that's one thing that I'm working on as well, short films. So I've been in the entertainment, been in fashion, parties, production, but I really want to get more into, of course, film, but also the music end of things. So I manage a producer right now, very talented guy. He's in Cali right now, working with a bunch of artists. His name is Lucky. It's Lucky Number is his Instagram, and this dude I feel like is gonna he's gonna go places. So I really want to dabble into the music as well. I want to put together like my own album, kind of like a DJ Khaled, where I'm not necessarily rapping. I'm just hosting the album and just having just a bunch of artists that I work with and build with on that album. So I want to start putting together stuff like that, and then doing just everything into the film. But I want to touch every lane,
Yeah.
even sports. I want to do basketball tournaments. Like I want to do all of that. So like it's just the time and place, you know. When I meet the right people to collaborate with, I can't do everything on my own. So when I meet certain people in power that have, you know, that niche in that field, then that's when I'll be like, okay,
Yeah.
you do this, it's time to do this event with you.
And then those take like a really long time to develop. That's why I'm so impressed that the AZ Trending Award Show like happened like in that 3-4 month time span, because that stuff is so hard to manifest.
Large, strong team.
Yeah. We definitely had a large team. Like once we figured out we were gonna do it, we were like, okay, we need them. Sat down with everybody.
Yeah.
And everybody played the role.
Everyone's got to stay in their lane too.
Yeah.
Like you have to find those people like, this is your job. This is what you're bringing to the table. Like everybody knows their role.
Yeah. So
Meetings every week for 3 months.
every week. Yeah. But it was so worth it, and it kept everybody on point for when the event happened. It was pretty smooth. There was certain hiccups that happened, but we overcame those like that. So it definitely takes a strong team. Whatever you want to do in life, it takes people that can come together, that can know their role and play their part.
So what's going to be the main idea? Because obviously the Super Bowl is what, 6 months out now, right?
Yeah.
What's the main plan right now for everything that you're going to be doing that week?
Yeah. So we're
Or like the vision, I guess.
So we are going to be doing another award show in January. And then February 12th is the day of the Super Bowl. It's also my birthday. So I'm going to be doing a huge event for my birthday. It's going to be at one of my good friends' houses. He has like a 10,000 square foot estate. His name is Sam Zeaton. He's a very influential businessman. He has business partners with like 50 Cent, all these, you know, all these great individuals, and he offered to host my birthday party and Super Bowl party at his house. So we're gonna be doing that February 12th. We don't have too much information yet, but shout out to Sam. Appreciate you, bro. Always showing love. You know, I definitely want you there.
I'm going to be there.
Yeah.
I'm not like a huge party guy. Never was, but like with the right people hanging out, it'll be fun.
It's gonna be a good networking thing. Like all of my events, it's not just gonna be random people. These are gonna be exclusive events. Not everybody's gonna be able to like just come to this. You can't
Everyone
get a
looking
ticket.
to support each other, and everybody looking to go places.
Yeah, absolutely.
That would be fun.
Yeah, we're gonna have like red carpet and stuff, so you can just interview like some people, you know, that I think would be dope.
Yes.
Boom.
Finally.
Boom.
It's coming true.
This is an opportunity.
It's coming true. Oh my God, that would be amazing to do all of that stuff. Like it's really cool to see everything that you're doing, and now to do a second award show too. Like the first one was very successful. How like are you gonna do anything different with this one? Like because even from like a personal standpoint of just like feeling down, like certain people got rubbed the wrong way. Like anything that you're gonna try to do different, or is that the way it goes? Because I feel like that's the way it goes.
It's definitely the way it goes. I'm always gonna have people that are against it, but at the end of the day, like I'm doing this for a bigger cause. It's bigger than me. It's bigger than them. You know, so I don't really care about how people feel anymore. I'm past that.
Yeah.
I live my life and I do what I do to create opportunities for people around me and to showcase these people. So I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it every year. But yeah, I mean, that's everything right there. You know.
Yeah. So that's going to be the AZ Trending Award Show in January. You got the big party on February 12th for the Super Bowl. I know you got something coming up on what was it, October 8th in Tempe?
Yeah. So we actually started an event called the Industry Content Shoot, and it's actually it's one of my favorite events, to be honest, because what we thought about is what's something that everybody wants. You know, it's content. People love content. Everybody needs content, from businesses, photographers, models. So what we do is we partner up with these different studios. We build out different sets. The cool thing about the event that we're doing on October 8th is going to be at One Take Studios. Shout out to Jacob Owens, Futuristic, and Ryan with Guest List, is because they built a studio and they already have all of these creative sets. They have a 70s set, a 70s set. They have like a money set, a hood set. They have all of these different sets. And what we're going to be doing is doing the industry content shoot there October 8th. We're going to have like 20 photographers, 1 or 2 photographers at each set. Going to have people come in, influencers, celebrities, special guest appearances, and people just come and build content. You know, City Vodka sponsors the event, so it's complimentary drinks. We're going to have food trucks there. And people just come really for $75. They'll leave with $3,000 worth of content.
Yeah.
We have 20 different sets. So out of these, from 5 to 8, out of these 3 hours, people can literally go to each set take pictures. And then afterwards, you know, have access to all of these pictures. That you can get as creative as possible. We have creative directors there directing certain things. Like, it's just an event everyone has to experience. Like, I would love to have you there, even for yourself to build content. They have a podcast room. We could have you podcast there.
There it is.
You know, so yeah.
I'll show up in my best flannel,
Hey.
best Wrangler jeans.
Hey.
Oil to stash.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, it'll be thick. Some just for men. It'll be all black for everyone to see. Sometimes
do
in
like
bad
half
lighting,
black.
it's just blonde.
Half black,
Half black.
blonde. That'd be
I've seen
tight.
people with like your like beard look,
Oh,
but
yeah.
the mustache is blonde.
I've seen it
Like
too.
they've dyed it blonde, and everything else is like dark. And I'm like, huh,
Trying to be the opposite. It's
that's
the
an
opposite.
interesting. I know you got it down here.
Yeah, that's the.
That's
only
good.
part.
I mean, I'm definitely looking forward to all of these events. You'll be seeing me there. Thanks so much for you guys coming in here. This is AZ Pod Studio in Phoenix. Special shout out to the guys, Martin and the gang. This was episode 535 of the podcast, guys. We are presented by TickPick.com. So head on over to TickPick. Use the TickPick app. OSHOW20 is the promo code for $20 off your next order. You could use that for your Super Bowl tickets if you want using TickPick. But this was episode 535 of the podcast. Check it out, guys. Still working on a solid sign off.